EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the world's steel capital in the city of bridges, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and Acrisure Stadium. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Charles, we look at this Steeler ball club entering play. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Ravens, they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4. He takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength can make every throw in the book. He's an asset to have in any offense.
Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. For Johnson, the numbers for his performance from last week: 23 carries, 92 yards, and a touchdown.
After the last game, they have plenty of reason to be confident in their running game. And even though they're facing a top 10 defense, they're not going to shy away from doing what they do best. Make them adjust to them. Make them stop what they do before they go to any type of a changeup.
They'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 37.
And the Steelers' first down. First and 10.
They'll drop the throw. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive, INT.
And we're going to see this offense try and spread the field a little bit and utilize the outside third of the field, especially against man coverage. But that time, the defense was up to the task, forcing the incompletion.
And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well.
Holding offense.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call. They'll look to throw here. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Mike Green has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
The competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week. We just saw their first one of this game.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. So now the Ravens getting ready for their first go on offense. They'll be led out by their quarterback, standing 6'1" from Utah. It's Tyler Huntley.
A 3-year starter at the University of Utah. He got his NFL opportunity as Lamar Jackson's backup in Baltimore, mainly because he possessed similar qualities. Excellent runner, big-time arm, just has to grow in accuracy and avoiding mistakes.
The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. first down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
That's a very nice game there, a confidence-building run. Love the execution up front. The way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
They'll run. Here comes a rookie from Michigan State. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Halted in his tracks by Keanu Benton. The Ravens at 6-5 now on the year. They were winners the last time out, so they'll be looking here to make it 2 in a row.
And when you and I watched tape preparing for this, what we saw was a team that competed hard, and they played well in all 3 phases of the game. And I think if they can carry that over to this week, they've got a really good chance to emerge victorious yet again.
Great job there to read that one defensively. They strung him out. Would not allow him to cut upfield. You look at this Steeler defense. They've been very good against the pass so far this year. Number 4 in the NFL right now.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Now a play fake here on first down. That's to the left side where he's got Miller. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple.
At the 28-yard line.
Back to throw. Now a screen set up for Johnson. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And just shutting him off there. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. And whistle blown. A timeout here is taken, and it's taken by the kicking team. So as they talk it over, we step aside. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. They currently sit 1 game over 500 thanks to their victory a week ago. Yeah, Charles, they've been really an up-and-down team all year. Do you think that they have enough to get into the playoffs?
Well, you did mention they've been up and down all year, so to me, it depends on what week you catch them. When they're at their best, I think they're definitely playoff worthy. But to me, they haven't been able to bring the intensity week in and week out, and that could be their Achilles heel.
And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
Here we go.
To throw, Huntley. Here's a screen now for Pollard. He's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. So a roughing the passer penalty and an automatic first down.
And that's the mark of a bad team, partner, because that's an easily preventable penalty, but they just didn't take the proper steps to make it so.
Here's Huntley. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
So roughing the passer, and they get the safety there.
And this is one, I think, where the safety's usually got to come a long way. So sometimes it's tough for them to slow down that momentum. That's going to draw the flag more times than not.
Stops short of the 25. The nice move couldn't ultimately free him. 6 yards there on the keeper. It's 2nd down.
To pick up a 6. Brings up 2nd and 4. At the 27-yard line.
working from the gun. Throwing quickly for Mark Andrews. And down inside the 15 he goes. Andrews' first catch, good for a first down.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Back. Roll, go.
On first down, it's a run with Ali. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Rasheen Ali, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Ravens are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Pittsburgh offense making their way back out. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. It's out, it's loose. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Here's Mitch Wishnowsky now on to punt. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Lester on the return. A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. And the Ravens will take over. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. The numbers for him from a week ago, a boatload of catches, 71 yards and a touchdown.
He now has 8 touchdowns on the season, and I just know this. He's going to be so eager to run routes in this one and try and get to the end zone at least 2 more times. 10 is a key number. Really signifies that you've had a big year.
From the 41, here's a 2nd down and 4.
Come on. Cowboy 80.
They toss it down to Pollard. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. These two teams all tied after 1. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Fix the Eagles.
Looking to throw here, Huntley. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Here's Stout to punt as he boots this one away. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had the defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
It's 4th down.
Wishnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Looking to put a drive together.
Here we go. Set. Ready.
They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here now 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line. Huntley, a quick throw complete. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. And that was a heck of a play there on the outside.
Partner, sometimes I think on a play like this as a corner, you've got to think to yourself, all I got to do is slow him down so others can come over and support. But in this case, he said, forget that. I've got this. Sorry you had to make the run for nothing, fellas.
He'll get this to Flowers, left side. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line. And that is not near enough. Out now is the punter, Jordan Stout. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's 2nd down. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
A short one there to Fryermuth. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Here's Mitch Wishnowski now.
Mitch Wishnowski in punt formation.
Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
You've got to be impressed by the defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
And it's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. Veteran running back like him, we've seen a lot of those chunk carries in his career.
And that's why you don't just look at his birth certificate and decide when a guy is done, right? Because you know as well as I do, in this league, as soon as you hit 30, they're looking to let you go if you're a running back. Sometimes there's a little tread left on the tires.
On the zone read, they'll go with Ali. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Huntley to throw. Throw right side here, taken in by Bateman. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on third.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Here's Huntley. He'll try and do this himself. They'll wind up losing a full 10 yards on the play. And that's going to bring up a fourth down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow. Out of bounds at the 1-yard line. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
He's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety.
Normally we think about big swings and scores before a half. We think offense, but this time their defense made the play. Instant pressure off the snap, and they weren't going to let him find a way to escape.
This is taken at the 18. Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. Out of the gun, Huntley. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Flowers. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Here we go, set. Press all 80. Go.
Huntley looks to throw. That went into the hands of Flowers. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Here we go.
Now Huntley. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. T.J. Watt. Credit him with his sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. They're facing some long odds here if they hope to convert as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage. From the gun on 3rd down, Huntley. And Walker has it. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 26. Now it looks like we're going to get a stoppage here. An injured Steeler on that last play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. They go play action with Huntley. Now he'll tuck this and run. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Come on. Hey, ready.
Looking to throw. Huntley. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. That's complete to his receiver, Bateman. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Operating from the gun. Huntley. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. So halftime straight ahead. Let's get you down to the Sunshine State. And Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thank you. It is week 13. Things starting to get a little nervy in some circles. The home stretch starting to creep closer. Let's go to the highlights. Our tour of the NFL starts now. It begins in Cleveland. The Browns at home to take on the Denver Broncos. And this is the Browns wideout. He's going to look in the catch and then look upfield and watch this. This will wind up as a 68-yard touchdown. The Browns get an important win here in the race to get one of those final wild cards in the AFC. Next, let's go to Landover, Maryland, just outside the nation's capital. Looking in on the Commanders, they're hosting the New York Football Giants. And this one, I'm not quite sure what to make of this. A scintillating run for the touchdown. Lastly, let's go to Nashville. It's the Titans hosting the Jacksonville Jags. And here's the former Jaguar, Calvin Ridley. It's fired deep downfield. He's right there to secure it. And when it's all said and done, that's an 80-yard catch and run for the touchdown. The Titans win their second straight as they get the victory here. With that, we take a look at the rest of what's going on here in week number 13. In the game you're watching, both teams making a strong case in this one, a 2-point differential at the break, as we send you back out to the stadium with Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in the landing zone, this will come out to the 20. Looking to put a drive together.
Let's go now. 60 Bison, 60 Bison.
Second half begins with a run by Pollard. And he stops right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And he swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. They'll go back to Ali. And he's going to have a Ravens first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage.
It's a loss of a yard.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's third down now.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half. And that trend is continuing here.
And the terrible towels in full force now as the Steelers get set to defend this third and long. And that will be incomplete. Well, the incompletion, but now we also have an injured player. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And that one will skip out of bounds as the linesman will mark this thing right at the 15-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? Let's see if they can do it on this drive. They'll rumble for about 6 up across the 20 to the 22.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
From the 22 now, here's second down and 3. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Now back to throw. Here's a diving catch right side. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the first.
That's good for a Steelers first down. First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Johnson running right. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. Second and 10. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
It's a quarterback sneak. Trying to barrel up in there, but I don't think he got it. The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. This will be taken at the 10. And he's out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And they will take over first and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 50 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but There are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Rashad Bateman, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, they had gone run the previous play. Nice little setup. This time they go play action. Defense bites a bit, and they hit for a big play in the end zone.
So they sold it really well, didn't they? Because it's just what you described. They ran it the previous play, come back with the same action, and now they step back and throw it and get a big play for a touchdown. But what happens as a defensive back is your eyes have to go to the right place. You always hear Coach talk about, are your eyes in the right spot? Well, this time the eyes went to the play action. It froze their feet. They weren't moving, and he went on past them and caught the pass for a touchdown.
He juked him, and he'll be out of bounds across the 25. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. Now inside the 25. And he's going to get it down to the 14-yard line. A big run there by Johnson. 46 yards. He had been held in check. Now he breaks that big run. Shows the explosiveness we all knew was there.
All right, tell the truth now. You knew it was just a matter of time, didn't you? We've seen this so many times from him. Hold him down, and then breaks out.
Now runs straight ahead with Warren. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Now 2nd and 9. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Now Lutz for the field goal try. From the left hash, it's a 42-yard attempt. The kick by Lutz is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And he returns this to the 22. The former Minnesota Golden Gopher Rashad Bateman leading this offense back onto the field. Pretty good game for him so far. I guess he's still got time here to make this a great game, but so far he's been solid.
I like where you're going with that because it has been pretty good. But there's always that hint that things can really escalate for him. And right now, they feel like they're somewhat keeping him in check, but he has found the end zone once. But boy, he can explode at any moment.
Yeah, when you hit that end zone once, you want to find it again, don't you?
Yes, you do.
Makes you hungrier.
You get greedy in a good way.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Ravens in control of the football. They've also got the lead as we get set for the fourth. Here's 2nd and 3.
Ready. Pat the 60. Pat the 60. Ready.
They run straight ahead here with Pollard. 58 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
And this is exactly what you're looking to do offensively. If you can start stringing some runs together like this, you'll keep churning out first downs. And that's going to put you in a great position to carry this one home.
First down, and it's Pollard again. And they will only muster a yard here at the 38. I'm sure that that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
From the 38 now, here comes 2nd and 8.
Come on.
They'll let the QB keep it here off the option. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. 7 catches for him now in this last one, a first down.
Ready, set.
First down. A gain of 11 on the play. And the Ravens first down.
Off the option, he'll try and run with it. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Straight ahead they go with Ali. A good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down.
This has been a tremendous drive to this point, and this is all you want, playing with a lead in the 4th quarter. If you can keep the ball on the ground, keep the sticks moving, you're going to be in good shape to finish this one off.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Throw caught by Flowers. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Now he'll try to run with this. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. And that's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for 2nd down. Huntley off of play action. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
And when you're in a one-score game in the 2nd half, now's not the time to force the football to places where you shouldn't. And that's a smart decision to just get that one out of there.
And that is incomplete. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. And his kick is good. And that will make this a 9-point lead. So that's, CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal to start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
And the Steelers set to take the field. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3. the 28-yard line.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Moore. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
First down. First and 10.
On the jet sweep, here comes Moore. And that is well read there defensively. He was looking to use his speed to get the edge, but they said no way. Here we go on 2nd and 12. And they're waving pressure too much. Down he goes. And this offense on 3rd down today, it's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
Result of the play is a turnover on down.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Check smash. Let's go.
On the give, it's Ali. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Ready?
To throw, Huntley. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. And prior to this 3rd and 2 play, we're going to get a timeout call. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They'll try and run for it. Going absolutely nowhere. They'll wind up losing a yard or 2. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the 1st down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. And I am not sure, partner, there what the mindset was to go for it. I don't know.
And some teams just feel that possession is the key to everything. They just want to have the football in their hands. No matter how it goes to the other team, they just don't trust doing that. So they say, listen, go for it and try to finish it ourselves.
The time becoming a factor, down 2 scores, though they have 2 timeouts and, of course, the 2-minute warning to work with as well. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. 2nd and 6 coming up.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside hitter. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here now, 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Gives this to Moore. And he will have the Steelers 1st down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He'll find Metcalf. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
That's another Steelers 1st down.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. That's down the field and caught by Freiermuth. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line.
It's a gain of 33. That's another Steelers first down. First and 10 at the 15.
They'll look to throw again. Now he's going to step up and run. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. 2nd and 1. And he's got it. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. From 6 yards away. And the Steelers go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. Lutz good on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep. Those types of things, now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
What a finish in this one, Charles. You know, this group, they come in, they have to fight a hostile atmosphere every snap. They get the late score, they get the victory, and that flight home, it's going to be a little sweeter after this one.
And Brandon, just like you, I was fired up for that last sequence. How about that? Wouldn't you have loved to have been in the huddle when they were mounting that game-winning drive? Big-time moment. No one shied away from it. They tuned out the crowd, kept their heads, and executed the way they needed to earn that win.
So for Baltimore, the win moves them a couple games over 5.
Don't get put in that blender. Hold on, who is you? Pat him down before he enter. Don't you hang with the ops talking about he don't remember. Trying to copy what I do. You is not a printer. Cooped up, too up, make get they suit touch begging. I ain't even got $2 for you. Roll call when I'm coming with me. No, this ain't jump ball. You can't jump with me. Ballin' jump, man. Touch hands. We about to bump then. Better bang yours. Cause I bang mine. This ain't happen overnight. It take time. You seen a Super Bowl, the cheat code. Game time. Game time. Game time. Game time. Yeah, it's game time. What I want for Christmas too. That's the same time with me, it's game time. But with you, yes.